Merry meet everyone! Welcome back to Midnight Fantasy Creations. I'm going to do a very simple, quick video for you today, and I'm going to show you how I clean out my resin cups and my silicone tools. Super quick and easy, and I do want to thank Michelle from Glitz and Glitter for showing the first half of how I clean the cups, because she is the only person that I know that has mentioned using 99% rubbing alcohol on her cups, but I added an extra step because I found this stuff to be amazing. It makes my molds look brand spanking new. I've never used it on an actual mold, just the tools in the cups. I'm not worried about them getting dull, so I've never tested this out on an actual mold, and they don't generally get dirty enough for me to really worry about using this method. Rubbing alcohol tends to be good enough. So what I'm going to do is I will take a very dirty paper towel, baby wipe, whatever, and I will generally remove all of the extra stuff off and get as much off as possible. So you're not waiting for it to dry and then having to spend painstaking hours trying to peel off every single dry piece so you don't get it into your resin while you're mixing the next time you use it. That is just a pain in the butt. I used to do it the dry way because I did not realize how easy it was to do it this way. So thank you again, Michelle from Glitz and Glitter, for showing me how to do it with the rubbing alcohol. It has been a huge game changer and a time saver, and just absolutely like has saved my tiny little brain from going absolutely crazy trying to clean these cups. So this will actually clean a good chunk of it out. Now the rubbing alcohol does a fantastic job at removing a good chunk of everything. My only problem is you will sometimes get a you only need to put like a very little amount of rubbing alcohol in here too, by the way. But the rubbing alcohol isn't 100% perfect. I need to get well, no, this should be fine. You will sometimes get a very light, thin resin film on your silicone cups, your tools, and sometimes they'll flake and get off. Not necessarily all the time. I don't like that. It's kind of like this clear coat that I have on my station. You scratch it, it comes off, it turns to dust. It's a pain. So sometimes I will get that on my silicone cups, and it drives me nuts. So, and I don't like wasting a lot of rubbing alcohol because, well, the stuff isn't expensive, but it's not cheap either. So I put my dipping stick in, or stirring stick. I make sure I get all of the resin off of my stick. I will use a rag. It should be somewhat of a clean rag, but I'm going to be sticking some rubbing alcohol in here anyways. And get this off as much as you can. Like, see, I still haven't gotten all of that resin off from whenever I use this last, because it just does not come off as easily. So put that paper towel in your cup, squish it around, get absolutely everything, like, you know, wipe the outside, the inside, get everything with this rubbing alcohol. It will take a huge chunk of it off. It won't get everything off, but it will take a good chunk of it off. And you can help get rid of a lot of the dried on stuff too. I mean, it's not going to remove all of it, but if you're rough enough with this, you can get it off. You should not be rough with your molds. Please do not do this with your molds. You will take the shine right out of them. But it is great for your cleaning off your tools. No, use your nails, get in there. So that is as clean as I'm going to get this, because it still has resin on it from before. But this cup did not. And it looks pretty brand new. I've actually used this several times. So my next trick, something I did myself. Now, this company has some really nice stuff. No, I am not sponsoring anybody yet anyways. I wouldn't mind doing that in the future, but I'm not sponsoring. This is meant to get resin off of your hands. It literally says Magical Resin Remover Gel Cleanser for Hands. I actually use this on my hands and it works really well. So I'm like, oh, let's try it on my silicone stirring, mixing cups. And it is a huge game changer. And I will show you why if you can see. Hold on, let me mix this around. So what this does is it's all natural, safe to use on your hands, especially if you're like me and you break the rules, you don't wear gloves like you're supposed to, and you get sticky and gross. This will actually gel and beat up the resin. So it will come off in little beads. And I'm trying to see if I can find any. See right there, I don't know how well you can see that. See how it gels up the resin and it turns it into like this harmless little bead that just comes right off. So that 99% rubbing alcohol did not take all that resin off. And that would have been on, obviously your gloves. But that was in, your cup. So you want to get it on the outside, the inside. Use it on your hands. It takes it off. And you do need to get rid of as much of this as possible, the resin anyways, as much as possible out of the cup, because I've tried it, like, I've had a thick layer in there and I threw it in there and it works, but it can only work it can only do so much. So you don't need a lot, but it can only do so much before it, you need to have to add more. You basically need to rinse it off and add more and do it all over again, which you can do on your hands especially. But I'm like, don't waste your, as good as this is, you don't want to waste it. Oh, and it smells amazing too, by the way. So I love using this on my tools, on my hands. This works great. It takes the stickiness right out of it on your hands too. Dude, I'm not kidding you. It gums it up and it comes off so nice. It doesn't do much for the dried stuff, unfortunately. And you should rinse this off afterwards. And I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to bring this out to the bathroom and rinse this off. So you're supposed to rinse your hands off and dry them. If you need to do it again, you can. You can do it as many times as you need to get the resin off of your hands. I wouldn't worry about too much of this because this comes off way better than your hands anyways. Something to do with the silicone molds. It comes off nicely. But look how much cleaner that is. It's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It has saved me so much freaking time. So again, shout out to Michelle from Glitz and Glitter. Thank you so much for showing me how to clean it with the rubbing alcohol. I am just adding one extra beautiful step. It definitely helps keep these looking newer, longer. And again, I don't care if it looks gross. The fact that the resin's not on it means it's not getting in anything. Also, Michelle, if you are watching this, I do love your channel. And you definitely, and I know you love their Diamond Dust. You are going to love this too. Especially your husband, Don. I know he complains a lot about his hands being sticky when he's done doing your little contests. So if you are watching this, you too should definitely try this out because it really does work wonders. So that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know there are people who do the old method of letting the resin dry and then doing the old method of taking it off. It's a pain, especially these silicone tools. I'm not kidding you. It does not coming off that easily unless you have a thick thick layer on, then you can easily peel it off. But when it's thin, it just flakes. It's a pain. So this just saves a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of sanity. Definitely sanity. That was the word I was searching for before. Total game changer when it comes to cleaning. So 99% rubbing alcohol, any brand. I just happened to get this one off of Amazon. And then the Unicone, I believe that's how it's pronounced, even though there's a unicorn on it, but Unicone Arts Gel Cleanser for hands to remove resin. And you will get these looking new every time. All right, so that is it for today. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope this was very helpful. I know it's not my usual thing that I do. I just thought this was something I needed to share and add on to, like, I know I watch quite a few YouTubers when it comes to the crafting stuff, and I think Michelle, and there's another YouTuber that shows you how to clean your cups. Michelle, again, is the only one. Thank you so much. 99% rubbing alcohol, huge game changer. This just takes it up another notch. So thank you so much for that. I do appreciate it, and I do enjoy watching your videos. I hope you enjoy watching mine. You know, if you like what you see, like the video, subscribe. It helps a lot. And then I will see you guys next time. Blessed be. Bye.